We are hitting hips today. We're going to chill it out a little bit, just cool things down and enable you to get into those hips. We've spent a lot of time with squats and deadlifts. We're about to hit lunges and split squats. So we really need to do something to keep those hips moving. So some of the favourite stretches from my Pilates classes are coming to you right now in a little sequence, so you'll know some of them, but this is nice to put them all together. All I'm going to do is demonstrate them and leave you to do them on your own, so you might need to hit pause a few times while you're getting into these stretches. So first one, we know you've got 1 foot forwards, you're coming into this nice deep stretch here, your big toe towards your little finger, and just spend some time relaxing into it. So you don't want to start forcing things or start stretching things out. So you're going to do that on both legs in a fairly relaxed way. Then you're going to come back to that first leg. I'm swapping legs for ease of demonstration. So from here, we're back into this position. So you've done the relaxy one. And then what you want to do from here is just roll this leg out. So you're coming out to the little toe, allowing that knee to come out. Just gives you a bit of space into that hip joint. You're going to spend a little bit more time on that than I am doing now. Come on back, come up to your fingertips. Lift that chest up, and then you could slide that back foot out a little bit more to get a bit more stretch, and maybe squeeze your buttock on that leg, because what that does, it really opens that hip up. And as one muscle tenses, the opposing muscle relaxes. So it's that law of opposing muscles that's going to help with your stretches. Then from here, we're up on your knees. And in this position, we're looking at a right angle on that front knee. And what you want to try and feel here is this hip is right over that knee. Now, I say that because you might think that you're there, but actually you're here. So I want you to try and make sure that that pelvis is right over that knee. And as a guide, you can just about see the front of your thigh here. Now, once you're in that position, you can really spin that hip under to give you that lovely stretch through the hip. Then we're going to add a twist. So you come in, again, spending a bit more time than I am now demonstrating, and spinning out the other way, just to get that stretch through the hip. You're going to do that on both sides. Then from here, we're going to come into a seated stretch. So remember this one we did last week? The right angles one, the hurdle one? Do that one. So where you come around and you make that a little bit more dynamic. But then what we're going to do here is add to that with a more relaxed seated stretch, a bit more Karen style. So the legs are crossed and you're going to come down. So you get that stretch into the backs of the hips. Now, if you find this position is too much, you could have those feet a bit further forwards to do this one. So you're literally just coming here and then just easing into the stretch. Letting your head and shoulders come down to just get that stretch in your bottom. Both sides, so one with that leg over. Then from here, I said we're doing a few really nice kind of combo core hip stretch. We're coming down to the floor. And from this position, so this is like a modified double leg stretch. In this position, you want that lightness through the tail and this sense of having a spoon shape through your back. We're going to bring your legs in and we're going to bring the knees wide so that pelvis lifts off the floor, and then we're going to let the legs come away. So you've got that control through the tummy. We bring your knees in and we bring your legs out. And as you're doing that one, you've got that lovely rounded shape through the back and you've got that lift through the tail. I am handing over now to Chris for the last 2 exercises.
Well done, Karen. Okay, that looked pretty good. So the last 2 stretches are going to be a touch more advanced, but please, it's not a goal to have to do these. It's just if you find that you want to get more stretch in your hips and you can cope with that, please try some of these. So the first one is called or currently it's called the frog stretch. In gymnastics, just a warm up, but apparently it's called a frog stretch. And you want to make sure that you've got a soft cushion underneath your knees, because you are on the inside of your knees quite a bit. And you're going to push your knees out to the sides. Your feet are quite close together, and you want to put your hands down the middle of the mat or the floor and then push back away. Now you want to make sure that your back is quite straight. Don't forego any movement through your hips or through your back. Your hips go further. You want to feel that your back's quite stiff. Push away, hold. Now I feel that on my right hand side. On the right hand side hip is the tighter side. And if I hold for 10 seconds, then move forwards, then move back, that just slowly starts to free that up a little bit. So you'll do that for 10 seconds on, a few seconds off, 3 times round, and then relax. You want to feel each time you can go just a touch further with that push back in that frog stretch. Second one, again we're doing gymnastics, and it's a combination of Karen's rolling like a ball in Pilates, but we're going to add a hurdle, a straddle stretch into that. Now don't feel you have to do this. If it feels uncomfortable, please stop, because it does work a lot on hip mobility and more range than probably you'd need in day-to-day life. So you start off as Karen would have you, which is you're rolling like a ball, forwards and then backwards. And then the addition is you're going to roll backwards into this. You're going to lift the hips up, you're going to hold and support those, and you're going to take the legs out to the sides to straddle. Now Karen was laughing as I was demonstrating this earlier, because she was imagining everybody trying this at home. So out to the side.
Mind my wine.
And then push in, and then knees back. And we have to do this for about 5 minutes in gymnastics before we even begin to do anything else. Because what that's trying to do is doing two things actually. It's working on the range of the hips, but also hip control, because you do have to control your leg as it moves out and above and behind you. Also the back, so it's your back and your hips working together as you roll forwards and backwards in that ball. So give those a go. What I suggest you do is try and do a couple of squats before you do that sequence, and then when you do the whole sequence, try and do a few after, and you'll notice that you'll be much freer